All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, and we'd like to call to order the meeting of the Rutherford County Board of Commissioners. Will be led in prayer by Commissioner Turner, and then Commissioner Johnson will lead us in the pledge to the flag.
Thank you. Let's pray. Father, it is good to be here again this evening, Lord, and we're thankful for the opportunity that we have to represent our constituents. We ask that you honor our discussion tonight, Lord, that we honor you by the way that we debate and the way we have our discussions that is pleasing to you, Lord, and the words that we speak are edifying to each other. I ask that you be with us tonight as we continue to work through some of the challenges facing our county, Lord. Just give us wisdom and help us to be able to make the right decision for the people of Rutherford County. I ask this in the name of your Son, Jesus. Amen.
All right, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Commissioner Schaefer. Here. Commissioner Piercy. Here. Commissioner Jordan. Here. Commissioner P. Here. Commissioner Cook. Here. Commissioner Jernigan. Here. Commissioner Cush. Present. Commissioner Reed. Present. Commissioner Gurley. Here. Commissioner Turner. Here. Commissioner Allen. Here. Commissioner Stevens. Here. Commissioner Johnson. Here. Commissioner Baum. Here. Commissioner Nipper. Here. Commissioner Dodd. Here. Commissioner Phillips. Present. Commissioner McAdoo. Here. Commissioner Kaplan. Here. Commissioner Gooch. Here. Commissioner Sereno. We have a quorum, 21 present.
Thank you very much. All right, you have received a copy of the minutes of the last meeting. Do we have a motion? Commissioner Phillips.
Thank you, Mayor Burgess. I've reviewed those minutes. I found them to be in order and moved to dispense of the reading and for their approval.
Right, have a second from Commissioner Sereno and others. Okay, if there are no corrections or additions, then all of you in favor of that, please say aye. Aye. Are there any opposed? Thank you very much. Okay, tonight we have two resolutions of sympathy, and first we're going to call on Commissioner Cush and recognizing the fine gentleman, Mr. W. Henry Huddleston. Commissioner Cush.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Greetings, everybody. I am going to read a resolution of sympathy for Henry Huddleston IV, but I've known Henry for approximately 25 years, I guess, from a business standpoint. What a rock of a man, just a neat guy. And how cool must it have been for him as he drives around Rutherford County to see all the things that he touched in terms of growth, buildings, subdivision, schools. It's just, he left an incredible set of monuments for the rest of us to enjoy. And I'm so glad that his two sons and daughter are here tonight to honor him and help us honor him as well. Resolution of sympathy. Whereas it was with great sadness that the Rutherford County Board of Commissioners learned of the death of W. Henry Huddleston III, former chairman of the Rutherford County Public Building Authority, and a friend to many. And whereas Mr. Huddleston was preceded in death by his wife, Kay Candler Huddleston, and is survived by his sons, William H. Huddleston and wife Lori, and Benjamin C. Huddleston, wife Susanna, daughter Ellen Wilson, husband Paul, 13 grandchildren, one of whom is here tonight, and 2 great-grandchildren. And whereas Mr. Huddleston was a licensed general contractor, registered land surveyor, and registered engineer for the state of Tennessee, and whereas he operated numerous businesses, including Smith & Huddleston, Huddleston Engineering, and Huddleston Corlew, and he concluded his career with what we know as Huddleston Steel Engineering. And whereas Mr. Huddleston worked on many projects with Rutherford County government, was the city engineer for the city of Murfreesboro, and took part in many community activities, including the Murfreesboro Federal Savings and Loan Board, chairman of Calvary Bank, chairman of Rutherford Hospital, chairman of the Christy Houston Foundation, president of Murfreesboro Exchange Club, president of Stones River Country Club, and President of the Rutherford County Chamber of Commerce. And whereas he was an active member of the First United Methodist Church, and whereas we know that his passing has caused great sadness to his family and his friends. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Rutherford County Board of Commissioners, at its regular session on this day, the 17th of September, 2015, hereby extends sincere sympathy to the family of Mr. Henry Huddleston III. And be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be forwarded to the family of Mr. Huddleston by the clerk of this legislative body. I so move.
Second, Commissioner Jordan, Phillips, and many others. All of you in favor of that, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Huddleston family, for being here, and thank you for sharing your father with us. Thank you all.
Well done. Thank you very much. Next, we have a resolution of sympathy on behalf of General Tommy Sanford, and Commissioner Gurley will make that resolution.
I'm honored to present this resolution to you. I've known Tommy for many, many years, and in fact, in reading this resolution, it's going to bring back a lot of memories. Whereas it was with great sadness that the Rutherford County Board of Commissioners learned of the death of General Tommy Sanford, a former Rutherford County Commissioner, Rutherford County Property Assessor, and friend of many. And whereas Mr. Sanford is survived by his wife, Wanda Jones Sanford, daughter Laura Cherie John Glassner, grandchildren John Thomas Glassner and Amy Glassner, and great-grandson Oliver Glassner. And whereas Mr. Sanford lived in the Amelville community his entire life and owned and operated Sanford Market in Amelville from 1964 to 73. And whereas he was a member of Locke's Memorial Methodist Church in Amelville. Whereas he was in the National Guard from 1961 to 1963, and then served in the reserves and attained the rank of sergeant. And whereas he served as constable to the 4th District from 1968 to 1972, and was elected to the Rutherford County Quarterly Court, now known as the County Commission, in August 1972, and served for 10 years until 1982. And whereas Mr. Sanford was elected as Rutherford County Property Assessor and served the citizens of Rutherford County in this capacity for 22 years, from September 1982 until September 2004, at which time he decided to retire. And whereas during his years as property assessor, Mr. Sanford was recognized twice as the Assessor of Property of the Year and was selected as the County Official of the Year in 1989 and 90. And whereas Mr. Sanford was very active in many civic organizations, founded the Amelville Fire Department in 1983 and served as its treasurer until 2012, was a member of the Amelville Community Club from the mid-60s until his death, was a charter member of the Murfreesboro Downtown Lions Club from 1982 until 2000, was named Lion of the Year, Lion of the Decade, and received the Melvin Jones Fellowship Award in 1990, which is the highest honor in Lionism, and was a member of the Mount Moriah Masonic Lodge, a 32nd degree Mason, and member of Almena Shrine Club. And whereas during a long and productive lifetime, he met many people from all different walks of life, and he earned the respect and admiration and high regard of all with whom he came into contact, and they were proud to call him their friend. And whereas we know that his passing has caused great sadness to his family and friends, now therefore be it resolved that the Rutherford County Board of Commissioners, at its regular session on this 17th day of September 2015, does hereby extend sincere sympathy to the family of General Tommy Sanford, and be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution of sympathy be forwarded to the family of Mr. Sanford by the clerk of this legislative body. I so move.
And a second by Commissioner Phillips and Nipper and others, I'm sure. All of you in favor of that, then please say aye.
Aye. I'd just like to recognize that we have Tommy's wife and children, grandchildren, and so on here tonight, and we're happy to have you here. And as I said, this brings back a lot of memories going from my teen years.
All right, we certainly thank him. Okay, we have one person that wishes to speak tonight under public comments, and again, we'll ask Ms. Beth Duffield to come forward and give us her name and her address and make her comments.
Mr. Mayor, my name is Beth Duffield. I live at 2707 Duke Court here in Murfreesboro. And on behalf of Destination Rutherford and the Rutherford County Chamber of Commerce, I'm here this evening to invite you to our 2015 Economic and Workforce Development Forum. Those will be held on October 20th or 22nd. We will send you an invitation in the morning. This is an opportunity to present some information that has recently come forth in two different reports on our MSA as well as Rutherford County specifically that deal with economic and workforce opportunities and challenges that we're experiencing. And certainly we think that this data will be helpful to you as you continue to make important decisions for our county. Just a couple of points of data. I know that you're all familiar that in 2014 we created 2,400 jobs in Rutherford County. We're on track to exceed that number for 2015. And in one of the reports that has come out, 34% of our employers are telling us that they are challenged to find professional talent, and 75% tell us that they're challenged to find skilled labor. So we certainly have some work to do, and we think that this information will be helpful as you move forward in your decision-making process, and we hope that you'll join us. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. All right, that's the only public comment request we have tonight. So now we'll call on Commissioner Turner for our elections and confirmations from our steering committee.
Thank you, Mayor Burgess. Commissioners, in front of you on your iPad, you'll find a list of notaries that we need to elect. Mr. Chairman, I make a motion for their approval.
All right, I have a motion. Do we have a second? Commissioner Phillips. Any discussion? All in favor of that, please say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Thank you.
Steering would like to announce a vacancy on the Board of Zoning Appeals. Steering would like to announce 2 vacancies on the Beer Board. Steering would also like at this time to fill 2 vacancies on the Codes Enforcement Board. Steering nominates Kay Jernigan and James Everwater. Mr. Chairman, I make a motion for their approval.
Okay, and do we have a second? Commissioner Kush. Any other discussions or questions? All in favor of that, please say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Thank you.
Steering would also like to fill the female vacancy on the Linebaugh Library Board to fill the unexpired term of Nell Blankenship. Steering would like to nominate former Commissioner Joyce Ely. Mr. Chairman, I make a motion for her approval.
Okay, second, Commissioner Cook. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
Commissioner Ely, or former Commissioner Ely had called me and said she apologized that she had a previously scheduled engagement tonight, and she certainly didn't want the commission to think that her not being here was any indicator of her interest, but she's very thankful for the opportunity. Steering also at this time needs to fill a vacancy on Stones River Regional Library Board to also fill the unexpired term of Nell Blankenship. Steering nominates Mr. Phil Griffin. Mr. Chairman, I make a motion for his approval.
All right, and a second from Commissioner Kush. Any other discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Are there any opposed? There being none, thank you very much.
Steering would like to announce the appointment of judicial commissioners for the General Sessions Court, Casey Brown and Shanta Arnold. Steering would also like to announce the appointment of judicial commissioners for the Juvenile Court, Wesley, and forgive me if this is pronounced this incorrectly, Eek and Preble Acton. Steering would also like to announce the members of the 2015-2016 Ethics Committee, Chairman Teb Beatty, Veronica Buchanan, Commissioner Robert P., Commissioner Rhonda Allen, and Commissioner Brad Turner, and also thank Ms. Frances Mosby for her time for serving as well, and thank you for contributing. At this time, Commissioners, we need to elect the Chairman Pro Temp. So at this point in our meeting and our agenda, I'm going to open up the floor for nominations for Chairman Pro Temp. Commissioner McAdoo? Commissioner Jeff Phillips, is there a second? Commissioner Johnson, I'm sorry. I didn't see it. I saw you stand up. I should have looked up sooner. I apologize. Commissioner Johnson was second. Are there any other nominations at this time? Motion's been made to cease nominations. Is there a proper second? All in favor of Commissioner Jeff Phillips being the Chairman Pro Tem for 2015-2016 by acclamation, please say aye. Thank you. At this time, we also need to open the floor up. Commissioner Phillips, congratulations, by the way. At this time, we need to open nominations on the floor to elect the 2015-2016 County Commission Chaplain. So we'll open up the floor for nominations at this time. Commissioner Stevens.
Thank you, Commissioner Turner. I would like to nominate distinguished colleague Brad Turner.
Second by Ms. Allen. All right,
It's self-serving, but are there any other are there any other nominations at this time for chaplain? There's been a proper motion to cease nominations and approve by acclamation. There's a proper second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you. Congratulations to myself. At this time, I'm going to turn over this portion of the agenda to our new Chairman Pro Temp, Commissioner Jeff Phillips, for the confirmation of the election of the Commission Chairman. Commissioner Phillips.
Thank you, Commissioner Turner. As you'll remember, last month, don't know why we do this, but it's been done forever. We temporarily elected a chairman, and that was Mayor Burgess, and now the floor is open for nominations for the chairman. We have a motion about an acclamation.
I'd like to make the motion, like by acclamation.
Second. All in favor?
well, thank you. Thank all of you for your participation and your professionalism, and I just really do appreciate it. Okay, continue on there, please, Commissioner Turner.
Thank you, Chairman. Also, Commissioners, you should have had an opportunity now to receive from Steering Committee Chairman Commissioner Gooch the 2015-2016 Standing Committee. As Commissioner Gooch, I don't believe there was anybody had sent a new email, so the ones that are presented in front of you should be the Standing Committees for 2015 and 2016. If you haven't had a chance to review them, you should have them. Commissioner Schaefer?
Make a motion that we approve the Standing Committees as presented.
Proper motion from Commissioner Schaefer. Is there a proper second? Commissioner Dodd, thank you. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right. Election.
Thank you very much. All right, so
Mr.
what
Chairman.
we have to do here is a Commissioner Stevens.
But before we forget, the judicial commissioners, we have to vote on those, and we did not vote on those two items.
Well, it says the appointment, and I don't know why we put it that way. Did y'all have a
We vote
discussion
on them
about?
every month.
Okay. All right, so we can go back up there to items 7 and 8 under elections and confirmations, Mr. Turner.
Correct. Thank you, Commissioner Stevens, for pointing that out. Under number 7, appointment of judicial commissioners for General Sessions Court for Brown and Arnold. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion for their approval.
Second, Commissioner Jordan. All right, all of you in favor of that, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, any opposed? Thank you.
And then under number 8, for the appointment of judicial commissioners for the Juvenile Court, Mr. Chairman, Steering nominates Wesley Eakin, Preble Acton. I make a motion for their approval as well.
Second, Commissioner Cook, excuse me. All right, and others. All of you in favor of that, please say aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Any opposed? Thank you very much. Now what we do is normal practice is the 5 committees that have been now chosen tonight, you need to be excused to the room and pick your chairperson and vice chairperson and confirm your meeting time. Okay, so that's what we do. You go into 2:05 and come back and report. So we'll start with budget, finance, and investment. Budget, Finance, and Investment Committee, the chairperson is Will Jordan, and the vice chair is Charlie Baum, and they will continue to meet at 5:30. Next, Health and Education Committee. And they meet on the Thursday before the commission at 5:30. I'll make Health and Education Committee. Rhonda Allen will be the chairperson, Phil Dodd, vice chairperson, and they will continue to meet on the fourth Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Public Safety Committee, please. Public Safety Chairperson is Doug Schaefer. Vice Chair is Pettis Reed, and they will continue to meet on the fourth Monday at 5:30. Property Management Committee, please.
They want me to slow down. That's not me. I mean, but if you look here, you can see.
Oh, Johnson. Okay. For Thursday. Okay. All right, Property Management, Chairperson is Alan McAdoo, Vice Chairperson Paul Johnson. They continue to meet the fourth Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Public Works and Planning. Okay, well, good. Thank you. All right, Public Works and Planning, Mr. Joe Frank Jernigan is chairperson, Mike Kush is vice chair, and they will be meeting the Tuesday after the first Monday, and their time is changing to 5:30. So thank you very much. All right, that concludes our selection and election of our standing committees with their leadership team. And next on the agenda, we're running 3 or 4 minutes behind our public hearing, which was scheduled for 6:30, but we apologize for that. We have one public hearing tonight, and rezoning request number 15-A012. Troy Shanks is the person requesting. Property is located at 5590 Hickory Grove Road. The existing zoning is residential medium density. The proposed zoning is light industrial with the size of the site approximately 5 acres. And Mr. Demosi, you may give a bit more information, please.
Yes, Mayor Burgess, thank you, and good evening, Mayor, members of the commission. As you stated, the property is located along Hickory Grove Road. The applicant's proposing to rezone this property to light industrial for use as a recycling center for composting activities. You'll find some basic concept plan information along with some possible pictures of what the building construction would look like on your iPads. All activity will be occurring within the building, and the equipment will be used to process organic materials such as sawdust, tobacco, yard waste, and other similar type materials. There was not a whole lot of discussion about this at the Planning Commission. There was some discussion about the amount of traffic that would be had with this particular use. The amount of traffic will be minimal compared to some of the other uses along that stretch of road. There's an existing quarry on that road right across the street, as well as a concrete plant just a little further up the road. Also, just for the board's information, if this is approved, a Type 3 buffer yard will be required to be placed as part of a site plan review. That's our thickest buffer that we have. But after the questions, as I recall, nobody spoke at the public hearing regarding this, and the Planning Commission did recommend a unanimous approval for this application. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them at this time.
Does anyone have any questions of Mr. Demosi? All right, then, thank you, Mr. Demosi. There being no questions, we'll declare the public hearing open. If there's anyone here that wishes to speak for or against this application, this request for rezoning 15-A012, now is your opportunity to come forward and make your comments and give us your name and address if you so choose to speak. Is there anyone that wishes to speak regarding this application? All right, I don't see anyone rising to come forward. The public hearing is closed. Do we have a motion? Commissioner Jordan.
I visited the site, met with the applicants. All their processing is going to be done inside a building. Looks like a very appropriate place for this type of business. And with that, I make a motion to approve, subject to all staff comments.
Second, Commissioner Phillips and Dodd, and others, I'm sure. Anyone else have any questions or discussion regarding this application? If not, all of you in favor of that, then please say aye. Are there any opposed? There being none, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Demosi. All right, let's come back now and revisit the resolution to approve the consent agenda. And Commissioner Phillips.
Thank you, Mayor Burgess. I've reviewed that, agree that all of those items are appropriate for the consent agenda, and barring any commissioner wishing to remove one of those items, I move to approve the consent agenda.
All right, second, Commissioner Kaplan and Jordan. Anyone else have any questions, any discussion that we need to have here? All right, that being the case then, please cast your votes.
Anyone that did not vote and wishes to vote, or anyone who would like to change your vote, you may do so now.
Record the votes then, please.
21 yes, motion passes.
All right, thank you very much. There's no unfinished business, and I will just say that for the first time in my recollection, none of the other reports by the standing committees has a report. Is there any other business to come before this body? Commissioner Schaefer and then Commissioner P.
This Saturday is Old Timers Day in Laverne. Starts with a ham breakfast at the Rescue Squad. One of the best ham breakfasts that you'll ever find. So come on out and have some ham, and then stay around for the parade going down Murfreesboro Road and the activities at the park. Oh, the parade's at 10. That's when the ham breakfast ends. Thank you.
Commissioner P.
Well, one of the other best country ham breakfasts is going to be out at Kittrell this Saturday. It'll be from 6 to 10. Also, that Saturday, and we're talking about the 19th, I believe, there will be a reunion for anybody who attended Kittrell School and friends thereof, starting at 10, and that'll be over at the new school, so you can come have breakfast and ease on up. And then I'd say going up to Old Timers Day and check them out. But thank you.
Anyone else have anything? Commissioner Reed, excuse me, Commissioner Allen, but Commissioner Reed.
Mr. Chairman, I can't think of a better place in the world to live as in Rutherford County. And that's due to the fact that we have so many opportunities and our children have so many opportunities for education. I've spent the day at the Sam Davis home where we've had Heritage Days down there in Smyrna today, and they'll also be there tomorrow. We had over 1,200 students from around Rutherford County there today from grades 5 down. Yours truly was an 1863 photographer in full dress, as well as having a camera that dated back that time, and had an excellent time. But there's a lot of things happening there. We're even sharing sheep. We're doing a little bit of everything. Tomorrow we'll have as many students as that too. But it's a great opportunity to see something that's happening here in this county, and we have a lot of that going on in this county. Coming September the 26th, I believe that's next Saturday, in the city of Igaville, the Diamond to the West in my district out there. You have the chance to go down to their first fall festival. It's a full street festival. They'll have 4 different stages down there with a lot of music and a whole lot of things to eat down there, and it's going to be all day long. So we invite everybody to come down to the Diamond in the West and have a chance to enjoy Igaville and all of its beauty and glory down there.
Thank you. Commissioner Allen.
On Saturday, September the 26th, the town of Smyrna is hosting their fall festival, which is called Depot Days. It'll begin at 10 a.m. down at the historic train depot. There will be food and crafts and vendors, all kinds of great activities to draw you there. On Friday night, though, before, there's a wine tasting and an antique car show. All the benefits from all the proceeds from that will go to Meals on Wheels. So we encourage everybody to come out Friday night and Saturday.
A lot of choices to be made here. Commissioner Kaplan.
Next Friday, September 25th, from 8:30 until 11:30, there's been a food truck sponsored by Second Harvest food truck from Nashville, and they're going to be at Greenhouse Ministries. It's going to feed almost 200 families, so we need supporters to come out and hand out food, bring up your children, and help serve underprivileged folks here in our community.
Thank you, thank you. A lot of great opportunities for a lot of great causes and communities. Anyone else have any other business they'd like to bring before this body? If not, we are adjourned, and thank you very much.